Y'all know what time it is? Chapter 35. Let's go. And God said to Jacob, arise, go to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar to God who appeared to you. Then Jacob said to his household, put away the images of strange gods and purify yourselves and change into fresh garments. Then let us arise and go. So they gave Jacob all the strange gods and their earrings, which were worn as charms against evil. And Jacob buried them under the oak. And they journeyed, and a terror from God fell on the towns around about them. And they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan. There he built an altar. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died. And God appeared to Jacob again and declared a blessing on him. Again God said to him, your name shall not be called Jacob any longer, but Israel. Israel, contender with God. And God said, be fruitful and multiply. A nation shall come from you, and kings shall be born of your stock. The land which I gave Abraham, I will give to your descendants after you. And they journeyed from Bethel, and had but a little way to go to Bethel when Rachel suffered pains of childbirth. When she was in hard labor, the midwife said to her, you shall have this son. Do not be afraid. And as her soul was departing, for she died, she called his name Benoni, son of my sorrow. But his father called him Benjamin, son of my right hand. So Rachel died. The one he really wanted, the one that was real pretty, died. She's out of here. On the way to Bethel. And Jacob set a pillar monument on her grave. When Israel journeyed on and spread his tent on the other side of the tower of Adar, when Israel dwelt there, Reuben, his eldest son, went and laid with Bilhah, his father's concubine. And Israel heard about it. Zilpah, Leah's maid. Jacob came to Isaac at Meri Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had sojourned. The days of Isaac were 180 years. And Isaac's spirit departed. And his son Esau and Jacob buried him. Wow. Notice how the scriptures break down that the spirit departed, representing that the life inside of a body is the spirit. So just in case anyone's like, I don't know about that spiritual stuff, what is that? It's the life inside of the body. It's recognizing that consciousness is separate or independent of the physical body. And if anyone's like, well, I don't believe that, I think consciousness is just a fruit of there being a body. Well, there's been too many life and death experiences or people that have died on the emergency tub and clinically dead, that consciousness has survived that period where their body was dead and has returned to the body. So if you guys don't believe that the spirit and the life energy and the personality, the soul is independent of the body, well then I suggest that you go do some research on every single all that you can about ghost encounters, after death experiences, and tell me if you still feel the same way. We see Rachel died. So she died giving birth. And the only reason why I was like, oh, she died, because I wanted you guys to see that the one that Jacob truly desired, the one that Jacob truly wanted to have the kids, isn't the one that God permitted. So that's to say to us, if you're acquiring wives, or if there's something that you're after and it seems like you want it real bad, that might not be what God was intending. Look around. If something's dying, look around to what's alive and what's producing. That's likely where God wants you at. We tend to not focus on what God is actually wanting us to focus on. That's what I noticed. And so that's a trip. And that's about it there, other than God calling him Jacob again. And there was something strange down here. Now they went and laid with, they called Bilhah his father's concubine. And so it looks like his son was hard pressed for some sex and hit one of the moms. His dad, he's like, he got 4 of them. You know what I mean? So watch out, guys.